because you know.
Hi, everybody. Hi, I'm Dr. Gail, and this is Diana Bowles, aka Wolf Painter. Thanks for joining us today. And this is all about aliens and astrology today. And let's see who's here. We got Jen Carr, hey, and Dream Journey One. Hey, thanks for joining us. Let me see if I can get this chat going for me to read. Oh, there goes skipping. Hey, Vivian. Let's see who else is here. Hey, Hypnicity. Hey, Susie 007. Hey, Juno. Thanks for joining us today. Yeah, Gino's here. And let's see. Hey, Faye. Thanks for joining us today. We're going to be talking about astrology first and what's happening in July. And Diane will give us a synopsis, and I'll try to understand it, which I struggle to understand astrology.
And I'll try to keep it to a synopsis because you know me.
Yeah, keeping it simple. So, Diane, go ahead and start us.
Well, we're still under the shadow of the full moon, and I don't know about where you are, but here in Michigan, it was on Earth. Am I on Earth? At 5:30 this morning, that moon was so big, and in spite of the fact that the sun was already starting to light up the sky.
Right.
It was still flooding the backyard with light.
Yeah.
I was very surprised to see that at that hour. But you and I had just mentioned that the energy is unbelievable, and the energy is just unbelievable.
Right. Because I've never experienced before where I had a whole night where I couldn't sleep, and it just felt like energy, almost like I had pins and needles going through me. I wasn't real sure. I've never experienced that before. And I've gotten a lot of upgrades and all sorts of things, but nothing like that before.
Me too. And it's not even tossing and turning. It's just I don't know where to lay my egg at that point. You know, it's like I can't lay down, can't stand up, can't sit down, can't even focus to go read cards. And meditation is like, yeah, sure, I can hold fingers, but that ain't working today.
Is anybody else in the chat experiencing that right now? So both Diane and I are. The energy is unbelievable right now. I mean, it's calmed down for me now, or either my body got used to it. I'm not sure which, but
yeah, I think definitely we know there's upgrades going on left and right. We had a big X flare come out, and that is supposed to be hitting the Earth today and part of tomorrow.
Okay.
And it should be bringing strong winds as well. And there's been so many of those, and there's been earthquakes, and I feel earthquakes when they occur. Mm-hmm. And there was one not too long ago, and I was sitting and painting, and the whole room rocked. So I haven't gone to look yet, but I wonder if that one was here in Michigan. You know, sometimes we have them too. So, and right now, the other thing that we've got going on creating all this energy is Venus and Pluto. They're the big movers this month. They're the big movers also will be the nodes, the North Node and the South Node. They're very important this month as well. But we have Chiron and Mercury square. And so
let me ask you about the North Node and South Node. Is that like the North and South Node of each person personally, or just the Venus?
The North and South Node of the moon, the moon's node.
Okay.
The moon's nodes. On the 17th, they're going to switch signs and move into Aries and Libra from the Scorpio-Taurus axis. And we're starting to feel it now, especially if you are a person who has your nodes in the Aries Libra axis or in the Scorpio Taurus axis, because now they're getting into that critical point 2 weeks from now, and they're going to be in Aries and Libra. And my North Node is Aries and my South Node is Libra, and it's conjunct my rising sign as well. So there's I'm really feeling it already.
Right.
And so anybody who has anything in that Aries when that node reaches your Aries, if your nodes are there and the transiting nodes reach there, you're really going to feel that, especially in the houses of which the planets normally reside. And so whatever, if it's conjunct a planet, you will feel it in the house that that planet rules. Like if it's, let's say it's the planet Venus, you would feel it if it's in the house of Taurus, which is the second house, or in the house of Libra, which is the seventh house.
Okay.
And the same thing, you know, with any other planet, whatever it is, check what house it normally rules. And then you'll understand the energies that you're feeling from that house and the planets combination. But if you have a point, which would be the ascending sign or the descending sign, the midheaven or the IC, can never say it, it's Latin. Those are points that, like the North Node and South Node, is a point in the sky. So you will really feel them because they are points. Black Moon Lilith is a point. You would feel it with Black Moon Lilith as well. She's, you know, not a full-fledged planet by any means. She's just a point in the sky. It's where the moon is at its darkest to the earth.
So how is that going to affect anybody whose their nodes aren't there? Will it affect them too?
Well, the transiting nodes still go there.
Okay.
So, you know, if your nodes aren't there, eventually, you know, that this is why degrees are important, because degrees themselves get triggered.
Okay.
You know, so we have cardinal sign of Aries and Libra. So anything else that would be a cardinal sign, Capricorn or Cancer, you would feel a boom from that just because they share the modality.
Okay.
And if you're if it's, well, Aries being cardinal, never mind, I'm going in the wrong tangent with that.
Yeah, let's go to what we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
So anyways, and tomorrow we have Uranus sextiling Mercury. So that's a good communication. So anything that's not communicating today, like I had to take my car in today, and instead of being able to pick it up tonight, they probably won't even call me to tomorrow because yesterday was the holiday and everything's holding over, you know. So I'm not even expecting to hear from them, let alone go and pick it up. And I thought I'd be fine without my car, but lo and behold, I wanted to go somewhere, and I had to remember, oh, I opened the garage door. I went, oh, I forgot.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the other thing that was going on that you can feel is Thor's hammer. Thor's hammer was in the sky. It's probably, I haven't looked at this morning's chart because I was doing so many other things. I got thrown off. And it was the sun and moon in oppositions to each other create the handle. And then we had Mars casting half a square, which is a challenge, to the sun. And we had Jupiter square and a half to the moon. So that's making it bigger. Even the lack of ability to sleep, the energy from that full moon was bigger and better. And then Jupiter is also trine Juno, which it likes. They're related. So that's a big part of why we're feeling so.
Basically, the first week is the full moon, and we're all going to be feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
Some more than others.
Yeah. Yeah.
And exactly how will it be affecting us? I mean, I know how it affected me, but how in general will it be affecting everybody else? Just the energy?
You know, right. And what have I been saying continuously, right? think twice, act once, and we have to stay in that mode. We really need to do that, especially as we get into the next week, like beginning on July 11th. Mercury's going to go into Leo. Now we're going to see passion. Now we're going to see can be miscommunicated as well, right? We're going to see this. He's going to square Jupiter on that day, and so in your relationships, watch the language you use. I'm not saying don't be true to yourself. By all means, say what you've got to say, but choose your words well, you know. And then it's also going to square the nodes, which are still in that Scorpio Taurus axis. And they're at 1 degree, or they may have already crossed into 0 degrees of Scorpio.
Okay, so second week, we really have to watch what we're saying, especially the people close to us.
Yeah. And then just to add a little bit more, we're going to have a grand cross as well. And that is going to be Pluto to the sun and squaring the sun, and then the north nodes, which are across from each other. So Pluto's going to square the south node and then the north node. He's going to be opposite the sun, and then we're going to have the sun squaring the south node and the north node. Now, this is a grand cross. So this is where you can really rise to the occasion in a challenge, right? Where you can shine or you can knock down, you know. And then, and later this month on the 22nd, the sun's going to go into Leo, and then it's going to happen again. But we'll talk about that when we go to talk about August.
Okay.
That's going to go on a little bit.
Okay, so then what would you expect in the third week then?
This is the nodes changing on July 17th.
Okay.
The nodes are going to enter Aries, 29 degrees and 59 minutes and however many seconds of Aries for the north node and Libra for the south node. So this again is what I was talking about earlier. If you know, if that transit conjuncts any of your planets in any house, pay attention to the house it's in, try to understand that house, but also understand whatever the normal house of that planet is. Like we talked about Venus, the same with Mars. If it's Mars, then look at the 8th house for Scorpio and the 1st house for Aries.
Okay, so how is that affecting everybody?
Energy, energy, energy. And what is the north node? Taking action. It's about going forward anyway. And in Aries, he's going to be take action, take action, take action.
So is that take action towards your North Pole?
No, in your life, because what the north nodes and south nodes represent are Rahu and Ketu, which is the two-headed dragon, and the south node is what you can let go of, past lives, what no longer serves your purpose, and the north node is the way forward. Now, to me, and to many astrologers, the north node is extremely important. As humans, we're here to be the best we can be, right? That's what our lesson is. And the sun is important, the moon is important, all the planets in your blueprint are important, but your rising sign, that's the moment you open your eyes. And so being the best of that rising sign keeps everything else on your chart in an orderly fashion. And as we get older, we begin to understand that about ourselves. We get to know ourselves better, and we get to know who we can show that inner self of us. And the north node, to me, represents the vehicle that we can take in the challenge to get up the hill.
Right.
So now I'm just going to use me for an example because I have that Libra rising sign, And my south node is conjunct that. And then my north node is in Aries,
Oh,
opposite. So what do? Am I supposed to be mealy mouthed, which is like the the people pleaser, low energy, low minded Libra who just wants everything to be harmonized and serendipity and Pollyanna?
I
No.
love Libras.
Right? Or do you want to be Aries? Do you want to go after it? Do I want to be pushy? Do I want to be the low end of Aries, which is arrogant, dictative, pushy, aggressive, selfish, me first, egotistical? Or do I be self sufficient? Do I um, have autocracy and stand in sovereignty? So these are, especially through that Grand Cross, this is opportunity to stand in your sovereignty. So, now that's my challenge. Thank goodness that I have that Aries South Node ability to keep me from being wishy-washy Libra, because it can be. So, and you don't want to be a doormat, that's another thing with that. Libra can set itself up to be that, and Pisces can
Oh,
want no boundaries, want no, we want to be able to be free, and
that would be neat.
but you're a very strong woman. So that's when where I was talking about the symbolism of the planet. If that transiting stuff is conjunct anything, like the north node or south node in your chart, it won't be on the day it moves into Aries, but soon my north node's at 24 degrees. So when it gets to 24 degrees, it's going to be conjunct, and it's really going to light that up for me. So that will be a time that lasts. It moves approximately 2 degrees a month.
Okay. So on the third week, then, would you suggest people find out what their north and south node is to find out what they're supposed to be moving towards? That would be your advice? Oh no, Diana, you got
And
me.
then I know, where'd we go? You were going too. We were spinning. and to know those things, absolutely. And there's plenty of websites out there, and if you just email me, I can help you with that. But there's plenty of places to get free charts, so you can look at that yourself if you want.
And what my take on it is, like you said, you want to be moving and growing towards your north node. You want to move in that direction. So if you find out what your south node is, that's where you came from, and you're supposed to be moving to your north node.
Yeah.
Okay. So keeping it simple for me. Oh no, Diana, she's stuck again. This has to be on her end because I'm still going. So I think she's having some internet issues. So if we lose her, we'll go into questions, but I think she'll come back in just a second here. And because we need to talk about the very last week. So hold on just a minute. And I'll just speak to whoever else is here that I see. Hey, Son of Watt. Hey, Tara. How are you doing? Hey, Jay. Oh,
it keeps telling me to move close to my Wi-Fi, and I'm sitting right next to it.
Yeah, it's on your end because I'm still going when you disappear. Yeah. So let's move into the fourth week. What's going to happen there?
Okay. Well, also on the 17th, it's the nodal shift, but it's also the new moon. And what better opportunity to plant new seeds, right?
Okay.
So it's the new moon in Cancer, and it's very powerful, and it's going to be, this whole month has been powerful. It's not all perfect. It's not all la la land, but if we do our things right, we can come out of it on the happy end of life. So that's the nodal shift. Hold on. So it's and it also is going to have this Grand Cross because that's going to be the sun moving into the position that Pluto is in right now. So anyways, that's what we got going on. And on the 28th, at the end of the month, here we go again, we're going to have the sun and Saturn in a quincunx. Now that's that. I'm trying to get it right. I'm trying to get it right. And every time you hit a bump, the radio goes cattywampus, or my internet goes cattywampus, and we get it right and we get it right. And then it whacks out again. So it's a harmonic, and sometimes an off key harmonic can really work if the people around you understand that, it's an off key harmonic, and cover it and help you out with that. So that's going to be in the sky between the sun and Saturn. And what does Saturn want? Saturn is in Pisces. What does Saturn in Pisces retrograde want? He's looking again at what needs to be changed. He's retrograde. Yeah, and he's going to be doing this for a while yet. And so is Neptune retrograde in Pisces. So it's still in that redefining, and now we're checking the list. This is the second pass. This is the check the list the second time. What needs to be gotten rid of, and we're still in that that freshness of the nodes just entering Aries. So there's going to be people who are not going to be paying attention and will use language that is offensive. And then we also have Mercury is conjunct Venus, and they're both going to be in quincunx to Neptune. So there we go. Lover Venus and talkative Mercury in that quincunx to Neptune. He doesn't want to argue. Neptune doesn't want to argue. He just wants to be happy. And Mercury's going to be talking too much. And Venus is now the morning star. She's just going to say, shut up, will you? So you can tell me that anytime. And then, this is like, remember how June went out? Bam, out of here, but it was rough. It was that last week of June. The same thing is going to happen with this last week of July, because we have Chiron stations to go retrograde on the 23rd. Venus stations to go Venus
That's okay.
Venus who changed? Somebody else changes on the 21st. Oh my goodness, sorry. Venus, I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Venus is going retrograde. She stations on the 22nd and starts moving retrograde on the 23rd, which is going to add to that quincunx I was just talking about, why she doesn't want to talk about it. She just, let me make my move. I've got to take care of business first, and then I'll talk to you. And then also Chiron is going to go. Now, Chiron is our old wounds coming back to light. This is where the South Node in Libra can help you find balance. What no longer serves you, because the South Node is about letting it go and healing it. Okay.
Right, well, I'm just going to give a full, my take on a synopsis of this.
Okay.
First week of the full moon, which we're experiencing, which is unbelievable amount of energy that we're experiencing, as I have, and I haven't experienced this kind of energy before. Okay. The second week, we need to think twice about what we're saying or doing and do it once. And so we just have to be real careful about that. The third week, we need to look at our North Pole, North Node and our South Node, and look at what we're moving towards. We're moving from the South to the North. So you need to take a look at your charts. Okay. And then on the fourth week, we're going to have a rough time, because it's going to be almost like June, and that we're going to be, but we're going to have a new moon that we need to set our intentions. but it is going to be a rough week, especially with electronic and mechanical and issues like that. So,
Yeah.
so basically, that's the synopsis of what I got everybody. So that's what you need to look out for. And everybody who doesn't know their north node, south node, take a look at that, because that is important for you to find out what your journey should be, where you're coming from, and what you're moving to. So I do find that an important information that you need to have. So
Right. And the Grand Cross represents all 4 directions.
Okay.
Because it's evenly 90 degrees, 90 degrees. And so look to the east for illumination, look to the south for faith, and look to the west for contemplation, and look to the north for gratitude and knowledge.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so now it's time for us to take some questions. We've got some questions in the chat. I didn't put anything on the community page because I totally forgot to ask questions. And I'm sorry, everybody, I just totally forgot it. So anyway, so let's go ahead and see what we have in the chat, the questions we have. Okay, hey, Jen Carr, is there anything I can do at this moment to increase contact with my ET family or actually remember it? Thanks, Dr. Gail, Susie, and Diana. Okay, Jen Carr. Well, I immediately get fear, Jen. That's what I'm getting, fear. Get over fear. Just a little bit more about that one. What are you getting, Diana?
Let me get a card.
What they're telling me. She needs to get over her fear. I'm getting a yes on that, Jen, that it is fear is the issue that with you. And that is all of us in the beginning. You have this little push-pull. I'm going to be scared if they show up, but I really want them to show up. I want to see them, but I'm not sure I'm ready to see them. So we have that push-pull. And even in the beginning, I was saying, I'm ready to see you, but don't scare me. And I've eliminated the don't scare me, because you're always going to be startled somehow or another, especially when they're showing up in your bedroom and you're asleep. But there's a fear thing to this that they're saying, let me see, Dan, you can go on and I want to try to connect to her to see exactly how she's supposed to advance and get over this fear. But go ahead.
Okay, so I pulled the Freedom card, and it says breaking out of self-imposed restrictions. And fear is something we put on ourselves. Find your voice. And we've got the energy of Gemini, Mercury in Gemini. And right now it's not in Gemini, but that is telling you, find your voice, speak out, learn more about it, discover things about it, embrace it.
Yeah, I'm getting, Jen Carr, that you're afraid of not as much as even seeing them or meeting them, is the repercussions from it. And I actually pulled out from, this is a new deck I have, the ET Experiencer deck. And they're beautiful cards. But I've got, the card I pulled was the Men in Black. And I get the feeling that's when I got the hit that it's not exactly as much your fear as what the fear of coming out, showing people who you are, talking about it. You're afraid of your family, your friends, everybody who's going to say something about it. And so it's not exactly the Men in Black that you're afraid of. It's more of the people around you.
Right. Find your voice. Don't be, get that chakra going.
Yeah, just be who you are. So anyway, I hope that helps, Jen. Okay, next. Hey, Dream Journey One. Hey, Dr. Gail, can you please confirm that what I saw during fireworks was an actual craft? Thank you. Ooh, fireworks at a craft. Let me see. Let's see. Did she actually see craft during fireworks? That'd have been fun.
Oh.
I'm getting a no. What are you getting? Are you getting a yes? I'm getting a no.
Well, I'm going to go to the other deck for this one.
It's military. Dream Journey One, I'm getting that it was a military thing.
Or one of ours.
Yeah, one of ours. They're saying military.
like the event that just happened, it says angelic protection, so I'd say no.
Is this anything she has to worry about? Let me see if you need to worry about it. No, there's nothing you need to worry about. But it was one of ours. It was the military. I'm going to see if it's one of their ET spaceships, the military spaceships. I'm thinking it was. It was. It was the military. It was their spaceships.
Right. And so nothing to be worried about. You had angelic protection, if you will, but also it wasn't an attack. Like what we just had over Lake Huron 2 weeks ago. Well, June 28th.
And what's your take on all that?
Well, I believe it because I heard the fighters. I heard the F-35s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and especially the subsequent days because they were flying all over looking for the other spaceship, the second one. And yeah, they were over my yard. I'm 100 miles due south of Bad Axe, but I'm close enough to the Saginaw Bay. I'm only 30 miles away from Saginaw Bay, and that's at the tip of the thumb. Bad Axe, tip of the thumb, which is how the bay is created. So
okay, so do you have any more take on that event?
No, I wish I'd hear more.
Yeah.
But that explains it just explains the energy. And it's like when I'm walking in the woods and I know that the heron is nearby and I haven't seen him, and all of a sudden he lifts out of the brush to show himself to me. It's that kind of a connection. So it's the same thing. Like that day, I knew something was up. I could tell. And I can even remember saying before the news struck, and it was, an afternoon, later in the afternoon, like this. And why are these jets on maneuvers on a day like this? And where are they coming from? Because we don't have that. Right. We don't have that near here.
White Dragon's asking what exactly happened.
Oh, there were F-35s in the sky that were American, and they were in a battle with 2 spaceships. And I don't even know that it was a full-fledged battle, but the F-35s were trying to get them out of here. Send them away from where they were in Lake Huron. Did they rise out of Lake Huron? It's possible.
So
I don't know that part. I don't know. What had happened was, and if you go to Earth Files, Linda Moulton Howell's Earth Files, her episode from last week and the week prior brings this to light. And then she has an interview with the family that was involved in one that cited it, and not everybody could see it. It was as if they were using the sun for camouflage. And I mean, it's just so weird. But the people who are in tune and are receptive seem to be the ones that see these sorts of things. Or other people, it's like what was his name with the purple crayon? And everybody, if you're always looking at the ground, you might find the dime, but you'll never find the bird up above you. So,
well, I mean, it was like the first time I saw an ET that I wasn't meditating or doing anything. I was just sitting there and it showed up. The other 2 people with me could not see it. They could feel the energy, but I'm sitting there describing it. I'm looking at it going, this is what it looks like. And it's
right.
So,
right.
And that was actually Sally, the one that was, dear human, that she showed up showing herself when I wasn't doing anything but sitting there with the 2 of them on the couch in the store. And that one showed up. So yeah, that happens. It just deals with the vibration of the person or who's ready for it.
And, so many ETs are amongst us.
Yes.
And they look like normal, except, something's a little off.
Yeah.
Like quirky socks or, something's funky, something's not. Nah. I know who you are because I know what I know.
Did you see my last episode with Karen and Rima when they were up here at Mount Shasta? They ran into two Lemurians that couldn't really carry on the conversation.
No, I started to watch it and then got distracted because I finished building my patio. So.
Yeah. Well, you know, in the moment you don't know what's happening, and then after you get out of it, you're going, "Oh my gosh, who was that?" And then you realize who it was because it was such a strange encounter. But
yeah, well, I'm going to finish watching that episode when we get done here.
All right, well, let's go to the next question. Hey, Vivian, may I have a message from my ET guide frequency, please? Thank you. All right, let's see. We'll pull out of this ET Experiencer deck and we'll see how much I like that. Oh, the Pleiades. It says the Pleiades. And it says, you've encountered a being from the Pleiades, which that's frequency. So let me figure out the message. That's not much of a message. I think that's pretty normal for you. So I'm going to pull out of my Starseed Oracle deck. I'm going to look at that one.
Oh.
My favorite deck.
I got divine connection.
Well, she is connected.
There, I know. She sure is. When we connect to spirit, life offers an abundance we may not have noticed before. And that's the Venus conjunct the sun energy, you know, it is that definite love.
This is actually just verifying exactly what you're saying. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you.
Yeah. And then the bottom of the deck was love is. So when you're divinely connected, you are in a constant state of love, right? Because that's what it's about.
Yeah. So Vivian, you're very connected and you're connected to the cosmos. And that was just the message that frequency is giving there. It's just telling you that you're just confirming that you are connected and you're a child of the cosmos. So open to anything he's saying. So, okay. All right. Next. Hey, Gino, would love to hear about the July 7th portal.
777.
So she wants to know about that.
Good. Yeah. Well, Juno.
Gino probably could tell us about it.
Right. Exactly. For me, my angel numbers are 477, 774, 747, 474. Any combination of 3 or 4, 7 and 4s in combination anyway. And it's always a message from my angelic guides. So since 7 represents that angelic guide, for me, this portal is letting me expand my connection to the galactic, because to me, they are one and the same. The galactic and the angelic are one and the same.
Juno, I'm get ready. Communication will begin.
Yeah, and then there's the card. Possible. Cooperation. Conflict and resolution are the building blocks of learning. And there we have Libra and Mercury.
Well, I pulled out of the Mystic Martian this card, and it says Ouroboros. I don't know that I've ever pulled this card before. And it says Ouroboros. I'm going to look it up on the book because I've never pulled this card. It says
Ouroboros is the snake that eats its tail. It's the completion.
Oh, okay. It says infinity, eternal, past life. So, that is. That's exactly what's happening. It's eating its teeth. So tell me more about that, because I don't know anything about that.
Oh, well, that right there is your south node and north node, for that matter.
This is Juno's card. So she's connecting her south node to her north node. That's what you would say. Yeah. Okay.
And that Libra.
Because I'd have never gotten it. Well, I'd have read it. So
well, in 777, if we think of the 7th house is the house of Libra, which is where the south node is going to be. Mm-hmm. That's another connection for you, Juno.
I'm going to look in the book and see what the book has to say about it.
Yeah, and
Because as I said, I have never pulled that card before.
I don't have your chart right here, Juno. Otherwise, I'd look and see where your Juno is.
Yeah. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Of course, it says it's the symbol of the serpent and dragon. They represent the consuming or swallowing of external information and experiences that then travels into the inner, unseen realms of existence. Some of them are in a 0 shape and others are in an 8 shape. Both images imply eternity. This also is an infinite cycle of creation and destruction in nature, and the multi-dimensional levels of awareness from surface to literal to symbolic to transcendental. They speak of life out of death and resurrection. Wow. Okay.
The card I got is pause, find stillness within for the answers you seek.
Well, you know, that's pretty powerful information that you're getting there.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm glad you got it because, as I said, I've never pulled that card before. So it sounds like to me she must be in already in that going from south node to north node.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that she's already gotten there, or she's in the cycle of it? What do you think? Because it's July 7th.
Well, she is in a cycle right now.
Okay.
And she is approaching a completion phase.
Is that going to be on July 7th portal that she's reaching the completion stage? Because I'm getting that she is transforming into something, and I think July 7th is a big thing for that.
You know, and I see her making a decision on that day.
Okay. There you go, Juno. That's a lot of information for you today.
Well, and you know, she's got a couple decisions to make. So one of them is that stillness, that card that I'm now shuffled somewhere else in the deck.
She says she's posting a GoFundMe page on the 7th.
Good girl.
There you go. Okay. All right, Juno. Okay, we're next. Tracy Toffee, may I have a message from my ET alien family? Thank you. Okay. You want to go first, Diana?
Okay, so they just showed me a golden bubble.
Okay. Well, this one's got psychic abilities. Contact has cultivated your psychic gifts. So you're being contacted and your psychic gifts are being developed, which I think we already probably know that. But it looks like to me they have just recently given you more gifts that you haven't. They're showing me that you haven't explored them yet.
Right. I got relationships. The sum of us that goes right along with what you've just said.
Right.
They have given you more gifts. And the bottom of the deck has strength, self-knowledge, self-acceptance, and awareness of your value and worth of contemplation. Sorry.
I'm asking if she's ready.
It is worth contemplation.
Okay. Sue Toffee, you're sitting on this right now. You're not quite ready to share it. And I'm going to see if July 7th is important. July 7th is going to be important for you.
There you go. That's when you can bring it out of the bubble. If it's in the bubble right now.
It'll be developed then, July 7th. Oh, that's a humongous yes. It'll be developed on July 7th, the new gifts that you have received, and you will be able to go forth with them and develop them. Oh, how fun is that? New gifts.
That, right? That was a good. That one I just got chills on.
Yeah, yeah. So, you have any more messages for her?
No.
Okay. All right. Next. Hey, Isabella, how can I get in contact with my ET family? Okay, Isabel, let me see about that. Of course, they're showing me meditation.
The green colors coming in, like
Quiet. Getting that she needs to be quiet. Okay, Isabel, they're showing me meditation and they're showing me quiet. So, and I think the people make not a mistake. I wouldn't say that. We think we have to be perfect meditating. We think we have to sit down and be the gurus with our legs crossed. That's not the case. Meditation comes in so many different forms. It can come about being in nature. It can be about working in your garden. It can be cooking. It can be anything that you love to do. That your mind, that you're experiencing what you're doing, and your mind goes away. Driving is super important for me. My mind is looking at the road, so they can come in contact with me while I'm driving. So there's all sorts of different ways of quieting your mind. You don't have to. If you have trouble with not concentrating, you might be somebody who has to be doing something with your hands to be able to connect, or it might be that you need to be walking in nature to connect. But it looks like to me, they are already connecting to you. You're just not aware of it, and that they're just asking you to figure out how you can be quiet. Okay, Diana.
And exactly. It was what I was thinking, and you're bringing it all out, and it's true. There is, and then this card comes out. There's always more than one option. And then it's hold your ground. Hold your ground. Sometimes you've just got to own it. And as you're saying, Dr. Gail, it's about doing the meditation that fits you.
Right.
I just did all that work outside. Believe me, that was a working meditation. Mm-hmm. And I was leveling dirt to make sure that the tiles that I was laying down were level. And regardless of how many times I had to pull it up to get it just right, getting it just right became the meditation. Scooping the dirt underneath became the meditation. Right. Yet a job was being done at the same time.
Right. Well, also the card I pulled was Star Keeper.
Oh.
And it says, Cosmic Ancestor, seed the light by staying grounded. So that's another thing is getting grounded, Isabel. You got to concentrate on being grounded, connect with Earth, not just
hold your ground.
Not with just what's above you. Connect with Earth also. So when you connect with Earth and the sky, it channels through you to the ground and comes back up. So what they're showing me is that you're looking too much to the sky and you need to be grounded to receive that information, which I struggle with myself.
Well, right now we all are, I think. It's hard.
Okay. Anything else you have to say, Diana?
No, I just cut the deck and came up with pause. So that also goes right on with what you were saying.
Yeah, get grounded. Okay. All right. Well, let's go to the next one. Hey, Emmy J, I would love a message from my ET guides. Okay. Well, let's see. We're going to the Starseed Oracle deck for me. You can go ahead, Diana, if you like.
Okay. They're showing me that you're balancing something, that you're juggling something, and you're trying to keep it balanced. Observing, resetting fixed beliefs, moving forward.
Look what I've got.
What are you juggling?
I've got the void. It's going. Stop. Embrace winter. Great cosmic wound. I mean, it's right along with what you're saying.
Right? And then the bottom of the deck says intuition. Trust yourself. Let go and trust yourself.
Yeah. And it's okay to stop and just let everything settle for a while. And it does happen to us when we're sitting there going, where are my guys? What happened to my guys? And they're kind of a little bit in the background, not right in your face like they always are. And they're just letting you take a break. It's time to take a break. You need to absorb what's happening to you. You need to kind of settle with all the information.
Yeah.
Anything else, Diana?
Yeah, that's good. No, that was it.
Okay. All right. Next. Hey, Nancy, do I communicate with ETs in my sleep? All right. Let me see, Nancy. I get a yes.
Yes, especially if you have any pets, they can always they'll let you know. My dogs do anyways, if
Well,
I'm talking in my sleep.
I had to ask them to calm my dog down because when they're around, she was just freaking out. But I still wanted them to let me know they were here. But there was a while there she was crazy. She was running all over the house, crawling on top of the couch, and she's a 50-pound dog and running on the top of the couch. I mean, just some crazy things. But let me see, Nancy, do you communicate with them while you sleep? I get it, definitely yes. And I get the feeling you're working with them. I think it's more than just communicating with them.
Yeah.
You working with them?
Yes, I
Yeah.
think so, because even though the card says contemplation, the message is what lies beyond is a new pathway and beginning. So yes, there's something else going on there.
They're telling me they're your family. You're working
Yeah.
with your family. Because it looks like it's a small spaceship.
Well, and she's up in this dirigible.
They're telling me your job is important for Earth. You have an important job on Earth, and that's why you're communicating with them, and that's why you're going to the spaceship, and it is your family. It looks like you're the one that reincarnated as a human here. You're the only one of your family that incarnated as a human. So your job is important, representing them. That's what they're telling me.
Is keeping track of the human experience. That's my job. Also, I understand that. So Nancy, I think maybe we'll run into each other.
Yes. So there you go, Nancy. Important job on Earth, representing your family. Okay. All right. Next. Oh, good. Jenny, thank you. Ouroboros is the element of water, equivalent of the phoenix, immortality, and the round of existence. Thank you. Okay. Hey, Patty, I wanted to know if the ETs have a message for me. All right. Let's see what we have here, Patty.
Okay, so they're showing me a drain.
A drain.
A drain. Like water circling down a bathtub.
And what does that mean?
Something that she's doing something round and round and round.
Sounds like she's just
Well, and it's not the Ouroboros. It's you're chasing after something. You shouldn't chase after it. It will come to you.
Well, I've got a past life contactee. So it's saying you've made direct contact in past lives. So maybe there's some connection to that she's going round and around on a past life ET connection.
Oh, and then here we go with the divine connection again. When we connect with spirit, life offers the abundance we may not have noticed before. And so you needn't chase after it. You needn't run in circles trying to find it. It's coming to you.
Okay. So they're trying to get more information on this. I'm kind of thinking that she needs to let go of that, whatever's going on round and round.
Yes, exactly. That was the message. Quit chasing it. Let go. It'll come to you.
Okay. So sit back, Patty, relax, let it come to you, quit chasing it. Because what I'm getting, if you chase it, you might be chasing the wrong thing. So we don't want you doing that.
That's on the bottom of the deck. That's the drain. Circling down the drain. Life force, understanding the past and applying the knowledge to the present can help solve future challenges.
Okay. All right. Next. Hey, Wendy, any messages from my ET guys or any guys? Not sure if I am missing messages. Well, they're saying, Wendy, stop, look, and listen. So I think you're missing messages, Wendy, when they're saying stop, look, and listen. You are missing some messages. You're missing some signs. You're missing when they're connecting with you. And it looks like there's simple ways that they're trying to connect with you. Go ahead, Diana.
It's a learning experience. So that's one of those take pause. I'm gonna, yes, learning experience, and yes was at the bottom of the deck. Yes, you're missing them. This is a learning experience on how to connect with them. Let me draw from the other card, the other deck.
Well, I've got the Courageous Peony on my deck, and it says multifaceted, unique nature. Let yourself be seen. So I think what I'm getting from this, Wendy, is they're wanting you to be more open about it. I think you might be hiding from some things. I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe it's your family, which I understand because my family certainly didn't understand what I'm doing. But what you got?
Exploration. Exploring, embrace change in your life. It can lead to discovery. It's a learning experience. Yes.
I mean, you're really very connected to them, Wendy. So that's why they're kind of saying all this, to stop, look, and listen. Because they are contacting you all the time. And it doesn't look like it's just at night. It looks like it's just all day that they're contacting you. Okay. All right.
Watch for omens and signs. You know, the simple things of nature presents the beyond to you.
I saw the little bittiest deer this morning. I think the youngest I've ever seen with his mama going across the street when I was going up the mountain. So cute. I'm going, I've never seen, I bet that thing's only a day old. It was so little. I've never seen one. It was so cute. And
still wobbly. Bam.
Okay. All right. So this will be our last question. Next question.
Already?
Already.
It went by too fast.
It does go fast. So, all right. Hey, Em, what job do I have with the Galactics? Okay. Let me see, Em. The job with the Galactics. I'm going to start
okay. So I'm seeing a cupboard, and that you're opening and putting things back in and taking things out. It's
I got Heal the Earth.
Is she working is she working for you? Is
Could
she restocking your shelves?
She probably is doing that on the Athena, but she's got Heal the Planet. Her experience guided her to help the Earth. So yeah, that's really important.
Okay, those are the ingredients she needs that she's getting out of the cupboards
to heal the planet. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, I can see her doing that too. She's opening, looking, going, okay, I need that. I need that.
Oh my God. Just all those doors.
Yeah.
And review, there's always more than one option, but it's the doors on the card that let me get something off of the angel deck.
Okay, I've got on the starseed, trust the timing. And it says, trust the wave you came in on. Time is not running out. So anyway, that's great for this Earth card that you got, that you're healing the Earth, here to heal the Earth. And time is not running out. And that's a great message.
Oh, power and intention. Now that just goes right on with it. I love that I saw cupboards, and I love that the card with the doors showed up.
What? Yeah, I'm saying
it was taking things out and putting them back in.
Yeah, she's saying she just made stuffed cabbage. Guides take me through meditations to ground to core for healings. So there you go. Yeah.
Oh, Juno, she made guamkis.
So, yeah, they're making me hungry, Em.
We're coming over, all of us.
That's right.
Better put another pot on.
Okay, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. Thanks, Diana, for joining us, and thanks, Susie, for your help, and thanks for all my moderators for helping me. The next show is going to be July 11th at 2 p.m. Pacific time. Aurora, an ET Experience, will be back on with her new experiences. And so anyway, join us then. I appreciate you joining us. And again, thanks moderators for helping us keep this a safe place for us to be able to talk about this. Thanks, everybody. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.